Welcome to my American History Notes, where I discuss the conclusions I've drawn from studying American history. You won't agree with my conclusions necessarily. You might even be offended by them, but you should know about the topics I discuss. So any disagreement with me is wonderful. That means you're thinking about American history, and that's my goal. So here we go. I'm going to start talking about James A. Garfield served only for a short time in 1881 as the 20th president. He was shot by an assassin in July of that year and died 2 months later from his wounds. He had several things happen to him, which he called omens before this, such as certain leaves of New Testament pages being found in his pockets, which someone at the Republican convention had given him as a sort of gospel tract. Yes, there were people handing out gospel tracts, usually pages of the Bible, to strangers, even back then, to try to get them saved, and an eagle landing on his house. His inauguration act that was noteworthy was that after he was sworn in as president, he turned and kissed his mother. She was the first mother of a president who had attended inauguration. His emphasis was on civil service reform. Government jobs have been a big source of corruption as handouts and rewards from politicians to supporters, relatives, and friends. He had been nominated by a split in the Republican Party consisting of those who called themselves stalwarts trying to get Grant elected and half breeds who wanted Maine Senator Blaine. Garfield won by not taking sides and winning support after several ballots. He was shot upon entering the Baltimore Potomac Railroad station on July 2nd by Charles J. Guiteau, who claimed to be a stalwart who wanted Chester A. Arthur to be president, although his trial did not reveal proof that there was a conspiracy. Garfield also was a victim of his medical care. 20 years later, he would have easily have survived his wounds, but with no x-rays, doctors fished around for the bullet, which they could not find. Guiteau was mentally ill, delusional, and psychotic, it's been said repeatedly. However, he was found guilty and hung in 1882. Lucretia Rudolph Garfield did not have the opportunity to make much of a mark for herself as First Lady. The Garfield presidency took place during that social period named after Queen Victoria of England, called the Victorian era, and strict standards were set for women. From all appearances, though, she would have been a tough First Lady by the way she handled critics and those demanding to see the president. At this point, we've had four presidents die in office. So we're going to talk about Chester A. Arthur next. I look forward to talking to you again. Thank you for paying attention.